It's adventure collection day and we're in the Nippa. So this should be fun. Isn't this fun?
What? Yeah.
Yeah, there you go, it's fun. Rural life trying to save sheep that have got themselves stuck on a barbed wire fence. A different kind of beautiful today. Road we came down at the start of the 2CV adventure recently. It's looking very, very different. Right, the hills are on fire.
Dragon breath.
Ah, dragon breath, I see. Is it something I had for breakfast? Right. There goes one little Oriental 3-cylinder car. We're now at Casus Station. Minedva, and go and find some tickets.
And Birmingham International.
Oh well, that's really useful.
This
given the train is
by
here.
Transport for Wales.
Transport for Wales is not having a very good start. Well, this is Shrewsbury. Lots of brick build stuff, lots of train action going on. Nice turbocharger over there. My train is here for about quarter of an hour, so I thought I'd get off and stretch my legs for a bit. Bit of an issue with the ticket machine, but the guard sorted me out with a ticket, so all is sorted out there. The stress of train journeys. Even more trains coming in. But yeah, it's been an interesting day, and we're off to collect the Matiz. It is road legal. I can now finally collect it. It's been a while. So I'm just trying to decide whether I can be bothered with buying a cup of tea, and I think, looking at the time, yes I can. It's Myrtle! Excellent. Hey! Oh, still squeaking, are you, Myrtle? So there we go, we just dropped Chris back. He's done all the work. It's had new bottom arms, new anti-roll bar bushes, new track rod end covers because they were split, new CV joint on that side, so it's now had both CV joints done, new discs and pads at the front. So I've got a fair sized bill, it's fair to say. But it's time to get on the way again, because a friend of mine is coming down from the northeast of England to collect a Citroen BX on which the front to rear main pipe has blown on hydraulics, so I'm going to go and give him a hand loading up. So next step, Coventry. Right, she's chirruping away, but onward we shall go. Missed that noise, if not the squeak that accompanies it. So I just visited my friend Dean, who's in the middle, because my mate Angel has just bought this 17RD BX. That's a 1.7 non-turbo diesel with no power steering. And it's blown a front to rear pipe, so it's got no hydraulics because it's just blown all the fluid out, and we need to get it on the back of this truck, and we're hoping it'll go up even though it's down. So it's going to be interesting. No brakes, but the handbrakes on a BX is on the front wheels, and apparently it's good, so we're going to be alright. And Purple Myrtle is just going to watch while we muck about, but hopefully it'll just go straight on. We shall see. Good test for the handbrake. Low riding in the Citroen BX. That's close. I think we're just about going to get away with this. Yeah, it's all looking good. mission accomplished. So that's now back off to the northeast of England, and we can head off to Wales. A very nice example. Well, it's quite nice to be back in little Myrtle. We're just coming up to the M40 motorway. We've done the BX shenanigans. That all went swimmingly. We weren't convinced it would go swimmingly, but it did. So that's all right. And now we're just going to get back to Wales, where the fleet will finally be complete. For the first time since I bought this car back in July. It's been a while. Of course, the Rover that I bought on the same day as the Matiz has already been and gone. So now it's the Matiz's time to shine. It certainly drives better. The front end definitely clonk free. Now the brakes are a hell of a lot better. I keep on surprising myself. Got to be a bit careful because those pads are bedding in. But yeah, what a difference. I mean, it's still a bit twitchy because this steering is so direct. Power assisted steering in a small car. I mean, it just isn't really necessary, to be honest. And this is now the only car I own with power steering, which feels a bit odd because it's also one of the cars with the smallest engines. Though that said, the largest engine on the fleet at the moment is a 1.3, and that's the only one that's over a litre. So small cars very much where we are at the moment on Hubnut. There's usually a trend going on the Hubnut fleet, French or German, and currently it's tiny. But I'm now going to collect some curtains and then we'll head back to Wales. Right, we are ready to get on our way again. I have some lovely curtains. That should be very useful. And now I just need to get back home. We're now in South Birmingham, and yeah, probably a few hours to get home, and it's going to get dark, so I'm not going to be talking to you anymore. We'll just head home and do more discussion once we're home. Starting to get a bit busy on the old driveway. We've got the Fox, we've got Ellie sitting out here in the rain because the Skoda's in the garage, and of course we've got Myrtle the Matiz. Here she is, back in action and on the fleet, and she's going to be busy this morning because we're going to go and get some some sawdust briquettes, because we're a bit low on wood and we're completely out of sawdust briquettes, and they give a useful boost to proceedings. But yeah, it's nice to have the old girl back. We shall go for a drive. I still need to clean the seats up. Interestingly, of course, I mentioned last time that there's a big hole there because the headlamp adjuster mechanism seems to have been removed. I wonder if that was an MOT thing, because as I mentioned in a Skoda video, technically if it doesn't work you need to get rid of it. And that is true of something else as well. If I turn the ignition on, we now don't have a warning for the airbag light, and believe it or not, that is fine for an MOT, whereas if you have a light which comes on and doesn't go out, which is what we did have, then that's a fail. So a strange rule, but there we go. But yeah, I really do like that dashboard. It's just somehow very attractive. But we shall turn the fan off, we shall start the engine. That's not the most convincing idle there. I do think there is an issue with the idle control valve on this car. There we go, that's something approaching an idle. So yeah, we shall go for a drive to get some briquettes. You know, one of the biggest problems with this car is you're miles away because the windscreen is so far forward, this being a one-box design, like a Renault Espace. But yeah, trying to reach the camera to do stuff or to change the sat-nav, pain in the backside, but there we are. So we've still got a bit of a squeak going on as well, which I need to investigate. Apparently the power steering pulleys themselves can get quite squeaky, so I've recently bought myself a little oil can so I might try and lubricate the pulley. Apparently that can work. Sounds unlikely, but there you go. Right, here we go. Favourite acceleration point. And someone coming. I've turned that off for maximum enjoyment. At 60, uphill. For 796cc, she really doesn't do badly. I should point out, now I'm back home, I obviously know the airbags are not working now, so that is a risk I'm willing to take. Obviously, if I was to sell this car, I would at the very least declare it, but my plan is to try and find the one person in the UK who might have a computer that can actually talk to this car. This is why there's been such a delay, why this car has been away for so long, because we could not find anyone with a computer that would talk to this car. It seems these Daewoo, a defunct manufacturer, use an OBD1 system, but you need the right software. And it kind of highlights the issues around modern cars, all this electricity and electronicery and stuff. Those are words. Obviously, you need to be able to talk to that stuff. So it's kind of highlighting why simplicity is best, and it's kind of what drove me towards the Skoda. Yes, it has an ECU for the fuel injection, but there's nothing else. There's no airbags, there's no ABS. It is all very, very simple. But so yeah, the aim is to get the airbag system working again. Hopefully that will happen at some future point, and we can get all that sorted, because I certainly wouldn't be happy selling the car in this condition. And while I have no thoughts of selling this car right now, it's one of my cars, it's bound to happen. I've already sold this car once, maybe I'll do it again. But anyway, there you go. That was just a quick update on where we are with the Matiz. It is back home, it is part of the fleet. All 6 cars are actually here. 5 of them run, and 1 of them very much does not. And yeah, at some point I'll talk about what it's like to run a fleet. There's a few video ideas I want to follow up on. Still got quite a lot going on work-wise, and it's tax return month, so blah. But yeah, there's a few video ideas I want to get done, and there'll be this car, that car. This car versus Nippa, I think, needs to happen. I drove both yesterday, that was quite interesting. So yeah, stay tuned, there will be more coming. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you again in a future video. Do not forget the Hudnut store and subscribing, etc. Farewell!